But also making headlines, the campaign aide says that Bill and Hillary Clinton personally paid this man, Brian Pagliano, a State Department staffer, to maintain the private email server Clinton used while Secretary of State. We're going to wait and hear from the Secretary Clinton in just a bit. But first, joining me now is Democratic strategist Nomiki Konst. She is in New York, and Republican strategist Gianno Caldwell. Thank you both for joining us. I really enjoyed the conversation we had a short while ago. So let's continue this. We're talking about the problems that Hillary has, and now she's decided to take on and attack frontrunner Donald Trump. Good strategy or no? And I'll always say ladies first.
Smart move. So I think that Hillary is trying to reinforce that she is the nominee, the presumed nominee, even though the polls in New Hampshire and Iowa are not showing that. You know, one of her strengths, her major strength right now, is with women. So to attack the other frontrunner, the Republican frontrunner, on his record with women is a smart move for her as she riles up her base, especially in New Hampshire. You know, they just dumped $2.6 million into ad time in New Hampshire, and most of those ads are about her mother and her record for women. I mean, this is what she's trying to run on right now to get the base. Smart move. I don't know if it's going to win her the primary.
All right. And Gianno, let me ask you this. We got to come back to that email scandal because it's the big elephant in the room. You think this is going to make or break the campaign?
Well, the email scandal has the opportunity to perhaps do a lot of damage to the campaign, in which it shouldn't have done in the beginning, because she could have just came clean and said, hey, you know, I had the personal server. There was some issues that came across there that, you know, I wasn't aware of, or whatever the case may be. So there is the potential to damage the campaign more than it has already. But I think the real issue here with her attacking Donald Trump is the fact that Donald Trump is polling nationally, a poll that came out yesterday that was shown in the Hill. He's polling 5 points ahead of her in a national survey. So she's concerned about that. She's concerned about Senator Bernie Sanders. She's concerned about particularly Vice President Joe Biden coming against her. So she has some real issues that she has to consider. One thing that she has a tremendous problem with is she's not able to connect with voters. Particularly so, she's not her husband. He was able to connect with voters very well. Yeah. When there's an issue that comes up, she generally says, well, we'll get back to you with, you know, with our position on it, because they got the poll tested to see if it's going to be a good response or not. So she's not coming out authentic at all. So this is problematic for her on many levels.
Well, you mentioned Donald Trump there, and we've only got a little bit of time, so hold on. And, of course, he's the front runner here. I want to point out that there is some people who don't necessarily like that. He's taking heat from conservatives. The Wall Street Journal is now reporting that the conservative group Club for Growth is planning an ad campaign targeting Trump. Here's what they said about him, quote, "One thing we know about Trump, because he tells us every 5 minutes, is that Trump has a lot of money, which means it is going to take substantial funds to expose him for what he is, the worst kind of politician." It looks like he's headed for a bunch of negative ads here. Gianno, is it really going to work? I tend to think this may backfire.
See, this is the issue. Most politicians or people that are running for office, generally speaking, when they pontificate on their success, especially after the Obama presidency, is seen as a negative thing. That wasn't the case many years ago. The thing about Donald Trump people like is the fact that he does not run away from his success as Mitt Romney did in some ways in 2012. He's super rich. He doesn't care how much money that he has. He wants you to know that he's been a successful business maker, entrepreneur, and he has all these different companies. I think in Republican circles, people are really frightened by the fact that he is saying things that most people never say. No one can understand what kind of phenomenon Donald Trump is, because the things that he say, the rhetoric in which he uses, is something that hasn't been usually a winning topic of discussion. He's talking about issues that are coming to the forefront in which no GOP candidate wants to touch, because it generally puts them in a bad spot.
Well, Nomiki, let me go back to this ad campaign. Do you think their efforts to try to make Trump look bad are really going to just backfire on them, and many people are going to say, yeah, I'm still with Trump?
I think they will backfire. You know, the reason why they're launching this ad campaign against him is because they met with him, because they were frustrated that Donald Trump, who supposedly is not accepting money from lobbyists or bankers or anybody from the financial industry and is running on this populist message, they're upset that he's been attacking hedge funders. And that is the big issue here. They want to protect their tax structure. And he's going after that. And that's something that's very unusual for Republicans and Democrats, to be fair. So this is the key thing. And I think that, if anything, it's going to excite voters at the base level, which she's been able to do thus far. And it's also going to help the other side as well. Bernie Sanders is running on the same message.
Right.
So this issue, this campaign is all about income inequality. And so you're going to have a lot of backlash from the super PACs attacking any candidates that go against their tax structure, hedge fund, tax benefits and loopholes.
And that's a great point, but what you're saying Donald Trump is doing is something that's absolutely resonating with everybody, because at the end of the day, guys with these big hedge funds, they really pay little to no tax, and it's unfair to many Americans in a lot of ways.
Well,
so
it's a populist attitude. It appeals to
It's a
people
very
broadly.
populist attitude.
Yeah, all right. Well, we got to leave it there. I'm sorry, but Nomiki Konst, great to talk to you. Gianno, Caldwell, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Love you both for your insights. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
All right, right now we're waiting for Hillary Clinton. We started that conversation talking about her to speak to reporters in New Hampshire. She is expected to talk any time now. We'll bring it to you live as soon as it starts, so stay right here.
Joseph A. Bank presents the Labor Day sale. A huge selection of pants, sports shirts, polos, and shorts are buy one item, get any 2 items free. Mix and match. Through Monday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Big Dave just upgraded everybody with the latest smartphones and devices, had them all set up and arranged for 24/7 support. But he didn't buy the devices. He got mobility as a service from Sprint Business. So he pays for the whole enchilada per person per month for way less. But did anybody notice? Did anyone even think how huge this is? Mobility as a service, a bold new way to get wireless.
Seriously? You're not at all concerned?
Well, what now?
Oh, I don't know. The apocalypse?
We're fine. Bundled renters with my car insurance through Progressive for just $6 more a month.
Word. There's looters running wild out there.
Covered for theft.
Okay, that's a tidal wave of fire.
Covered for fire.
All right, fine. I'm gonna get something to eat.
The boys kind of pajama queen.
Just wait.
Where's my burrito? Worst apocalypse ever.
Protecting you till the end. Now that's Progressive.
Introducing Ruby Tuesday's Garden Bar Lunch Combos. 5 new ways to make your Garden Bar lunch your very own. Choose an overstuffed baked potato, quesadilla, or half flatbread. Then craft your salad with endless trips to the Garden Bar. All under $10. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it.
You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take a test shopping.
Kick off football season with Buick. Plus, get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select Enclave models in stock the longest. That's over $7,200 on this Enclave.
Faison doesn't just treat gas, it attacks it. Faison 250 milligram strength with twice the amount of medicine per tablet as Gas X Extra Strength.
It's back to school time, so make time for you.
Stay tuned for a limited time TV offer from Nutrisystem.
I'm Melissa Joan Hart, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Be one of the first 500 callers and save $50 right now.
I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus. Lose 5 pounds in your first week and 1 inch off your waist, or your money back guaranteed.
I have so much more energy.
Order your 28-day program right now and get Fast 5 Plus, including 1 week of energizing shakes to rev your metabolism free, and 1 week of NutriCrush shakes to crush hunger free. Don't forget, be one of the first 500 callers and save $50 right now.
This is your moment. Don't wait. Start looking and feeling great today.
Call 888-610-SIZE right now and get Fast 5 Plus with shakes free and save $50.
Joseph A. Bank presents the Labor Day sale. A huge selection of suits and sport coats are buy one, get 3 free. Choose your fit and style. Through Monday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Breaking news, Secretary of State John Kerry has called Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov about possible Russian military buildup in Syria. Joining me now is Lieutenant General Mark Hertling. He is from Orlando. And General, what are you hearing about this? Because clearly this is a serious escalation.
Well, the intelligence community has been watching this very closely, Martin, and it certainly would be troubling. As you know, Secretary Kerry has been working for some time to try and get a diplomatic solution, and in fact has been enlisting Russian help in this. All